Yo, what's up guys? It is Matt from Upsilon Mining. I am back at you with another video here about GPU mining, crypto, and everything related. So, in a previous video, I made a few comments regarding the Founders Edition cards. Now, that being said, most of what I said I still believe to this day, including the over-engineered complexity of the card itself to take apart, the arrangement of the thermal pads inside, and still I do have issues with the thermal properties of the card itself, meaning I don't think that they perform as well as some of the other cards like Asus Tough, for example, or some of the other 3080 variants that just have better capabilities of cooling the card. Now, the issue I had prior was with this right here, actually. This beautiful, wonderful looking, presentable showpiece of a GPU known as the Founders Edition RTX 3080 card. This card's great when it's functioning right. You can get man, English, Matt. You can get up to 100 mega hash per second on Ethereum with this card with proper overclocks, as long as everything is in optimal condition. Meaning, this card must not be too hot, and this card must not be in an environment that is too hot. I tried attaching a heatsink to this, actually. I pulled a heatsink off of a Zotac card, and I attached it to the back plate here where the memory is. It literally had no effect whatsoever. Like I said, the paste and thermal pads have been replaced on this multiple times. I've tried doing this multiple times, actually. And the only way I can get this card to really hash properly at 100 mega hash per second or 99 mega hash per second right now, as it's doing, is by removing it from the rest of the rigs. Essentially, if this card was sitting on its own in maybe a computer case with very good ventilation but no other sources of heat around it, it functions brilliantly. No problems whatsoever. Now, I had this card originally on my rig down in the basement with the rest of the mining equipment, and it can get pretty toasty in there. During hotter days, including yesterday, it was close to 21 degrees Fahrenheit outside, which is, I would consider that summer temperatures. And this card down there in that environment, the ambient air temperature was close to 40 degrees down there. And I'll be getting into that in another video, and how I'm going to try to plan to alleviate some of the issues down there, mostly with heat extraction. The windows are just so small in the basement that heat extraction is like ridiculous. So anyways, what I did was I took this card out of that environment, so there's no other high-powered 3090s around it, there's not a lot of heat around here, and I put it up in this rig just up here in the kitchen with the 1660 Supers, which run 1660 Ti's, which run just fine in most environments, regardless of the temperature. And as you can see, I got a window here. I can open the window up, and cold air can come through the glass door there if I need to. But let's hop into Hive OS right now and just quickly take a look at this, and maybe talk a little bit more about these cards in particular, and thermals, and the throttling issue I've been having. I'm just going to take some measurements just for entertainment purposes. So the surface of this card is 46 degrees. Close to 50 degrees. Let's feel the back of the 1660 Super. Obviously, those will be less. 36 degrees. Let's try that one over there. 36 degrees, 37. Yeah. Just here. 34. 33. Yeah, this guy's hot. This guy's hot. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit rusty on my laws of thermodynamics, but like if you have a bunch of these sitting around, I think, so the air, I guess, would heat up to a maximum of 48 degrees, which obviously is not going to happen. But if you have 12 of these ones, will the air ever get past 36 degrees? So your room will be cooler if you ran more of these than these. Anyways, just a quick random test here just to see kind of like what we're dealing with there. Okay guys, here we are back in HiveOS here. So this is the rig that I have this 3080 currently running on. It's in basically a rig with all these 1660 Ti's as I showed earlier. And right now we're getting 99.24 mega hash per second on Ethereum. So this card's going just great. But that being said, it is actually very cool in this room right now. So since it is very cool in this room right now, it's having no issues at all with thermal throttling. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to close the window here and let's just see what happens. And while we wait, I'm just going to chat a bit. So the window's been closed, and outside right now it is approximately 8 degrees Celsius, which means it's pretty cold right now, and there's not a lot of problems with it being too hot outside. It's actually, I love that when it's cold. I don't know if you guys think about that. Do you guys also love when it's cold? I mean, if you're a crypto miner who doesn't really, colder weather means your cards aren't acting up, it means higher hash rate usually, it means less issues with you just kind of feeling like you want to die, and you don't feel like you can just literally like melt lead in your basement or wherever you're mining. So I think it's great. I mean, when it's cold out. So I mean, I think as crypto miners, I think we should all just literally move to the North Pole together or in the Arctic and set up a colony, and we'll just call it, you know, we'll just call ourselves the crypto miners of the Arctic region. The crypto miners of the Arctic. What do you guys think? All move there year round, super cold, hang out with the polar bears. You know, we'll go seal fishing and that sort of thing. We'll have a good time. So what I found is that this card works great in an environment where it is cool or there's a lot of airflow. I had this in the basement with another rig with ambient air temperature of approximately 39 degrees, 40 degrees down there. And it just wasn't doing well. And the reason why it's not doing well is I don't think the thermals on this card are overly designed well to function in a hot environment or around other cards that are blowing a lot of hot air onto it. So I did see in the comment section that there were some people that had no issues at all with Founders Editions cards. And I wish that was the case for me too, because I think they're great looking cards. And maybe it's just this one card, or maybe it's all of them. I'd like to find out more from you guys. But if I took this card and put it downstairs, which it was in a 40-degree environment where it was really hot yesterday, this thing was throttling like crazy. It was down to 44 to 50 mega hash. And the weird thing about it is these memory temps did not register very high. So I don't know what's going on with that. It's super, super weird. I moved it up today, put it on this rig here, just to see what it would happen in a more open, more cool environment, just to see if it would work better. And so far, it's working pretty good. So what I am going to do, guys, I'm just going to wait a bit, and I will be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. Sit tight. Hey guys, so it's been a while now. The door in the back's been closed, and we are down to 85.21 mega hash per second. So it seems to have stabilized around 85 to 86 mega hash, depending on the ambient air temperature. So let's open up the back door. Let's let some cold air rush in, and let's just see this number go up in real time. Let me just open that door. Okay, so the door has been open, and I can feel the cold air rushing through. I did another measurement with the with the thermometer, the laser thermometer, and the temperature on the side. Let me just check that. On the back of the memory thermal plate, it's 52 degrees right now. So let's just see what happens as we leave this door open. It's got a nice breeze coming through from outside, and it looks like the temperature right now is 8 degrees where I'm at, Celsius. So you can already see this climbing, and this will continue to climb until it reaches 99 degrees. Now the key takeaway here is that basically the key takeaway is this card is good, but really, should you buy one? And the answer to that would be it depends entirely on where you plan to put this card, whether you plan to put it into a farm where it's in a tightly packed space surrounded by other GPUs and mining rigs as well, where the ambient air temperature is kind of upwards of high 30s or low 40s Celsius, or are you planning on mining in just like a gaming PC under your desk somewhere, or do you only plan to have maybe a few of these, or maybe one rig or two rigs close together with only a few GPUs next to an open window where a lot of fresh cold air comes in. So let me just see here. All right, it's going up. We're up to 98 degrees, so it literally took like a minute or two to go up to 98 degrees. Now, this isn't anything new, right? You guys know that obviously as the air temperature cools down around the cards, the temperature of the core and the memory will go down as well as the temperature goes down around the cards and the ambient air. So this is not really anything new, but it seems to me from my experimentation and my experience is that this particular card is more sensitive to the ambient air temperature in the environment. Now for me, I don't want cards that are so sensitive to everything around them, because I want them to like work whether it's hot or cold within reason, within a 10-degree variant, at least I would hope, and not struggle so much. So if I put this card downstairs, it goes at 50 degrees. If it's up here, it's at 100 degrees. That's too much of a variance in performance that I don't really want to accept. So that's why I'm not really recommending FE cards. But that being said, in a future video in the next few weeks, I'm going to go and I'm going to order a special thermal pad kit. I'm not sure from where. If you have any recommendations, let me know. Where the pieces are and the thickness of all the thermal pads are perfectly set for this card. I'm going to try that next. Maybe they have I've seen like copper plates, thermal pad replacements as well. We could try that and see if that makes any difference. So anyways, guys, that's all I have to say for now. So anyways, if you like this video, please comment below, subscribe, and click on that notification bell at the bottom right, and that way you'll get notified when I release new videos. Anyways, thanks a lot for dropping by, guys. I really do appreciate every single view and subscriber. It means the world to me. Alright, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.